Hello friends, is your mentor Fidelis Anene, founder schoolofsuccessonline.com. I created a mentorship video series, Living a Fearless Life. This mentorship video series is to help you defeat lies, deception, poverty, witchcraft, untimely death, ill luck, sickness, near success syndrome, failure, intimidation, bondage, stagnation, weakness, powerlessness, hopelessness, and all kinds of fear and evil forces. Get ready to welcome all the good things you have always desired. Things like prosperity, good health, riches, long life, strength, boldness, good fortune, success, favor, protection, excellence, power, intelligence, love, influence, and every good thing. Discover how to become unstoppable. This mentorship contains about 23 video series. Today, I shall be presenting part 1 of this videos titled Fearless People Have Changed Our World. Looking at the world today, you cannot help but appreciate how fearless people have conquered the world, recreated it, and made it a better place to live in. Many years ago, people were ignorant of what man is capable of doing. They feared the seas, the air, the sky, and no one dared outer space. However, fearless men and women came and conquered all this. Originally, people had thought the earth was flat and static. Fearless people later discovered that the earth was not flat but spherical and a rotating object. Also, people had believed the earth was the only planet, and fearless people later found out that other planets existed beside the earth. The moon, the stars were very mysterious objects to so many people so many years ago. Today, man has conquered the moon so much that space technology is no longer a mystery. People used to travel thousands of miles on foot, on horses or camel's back several years ago, before fearless men began to dream of making transportation easier. They invented the wheel, the ship, locomotive train, the automobile, and eased the means of transportation. Then ignorant people thought this is where we have got to stop. There will be no more inventions regarding means of transportation. That's what they said and thought. They wrongly believe that they have completely solved the problem of transportation for mankind. But fearless men with a different mindset, thought otherwise. They dreamed and talked about the building of an airplane, an engine that would be capable of overcoming the force of gravity. Experts in this field mocked them and said it was completely impossible. They concluded that such a thing would never happen. Despite what the experts said, in the year 1903, two fearless men, the Wright brothers, known as Weber and Orville Wright, proved them wrong. They built and flew the first successful airplane that the world had ever known. They were young bicycle repairers. Thomas Edison experimented with the invention of the incandescent lamp thousands of times without success. The fear of failing again and again could have made him quit, but he did not. He was a fearless man. The man not daunted by fear of failure. He persisted for more than 6,000 times and produced the first incandescent lamp powered by electricity. Several years ago, there was no known cure or remedy for the disease called malaria. The disease was killing millions. Millions of people died globally. In some parts of Africa, the disease, including smallpox, was regarded as an evil disease and a punishment from the gods. Eventually, so many men, women, and children died of malaria and smallpox. Ignorant people condemned them to the evil forest. Some of them were even thrown into the evil forest before they died. Fearless people worked and researched day and night to find a cure or remedy to these diseases. It took some time, but a vaccine against smallpox was discovered and drugs for malaria procured. We should also remember that twins were a taboo to so many people so many years ago, especially in some parts of Africa. It was very strong tradition in so many villages in those days. If a woman gave birth to twins, those twins must be killed. They might throw those twins into the evil forest used for sacrifice, or just slaughter those children to appease the gods of their land. What a barbaric tradition. For years, this went on, and no one dared to question this barbaric tradition. Ignorant people accepted this barbaric tradition and allowed millions of innocent children to perish. Then came Mary Slessor, a fearless woman. She dared to confront the gods and the people who claimed the gods have demanded the blood of innocent children who were created in the image of God. She put an end to the killing of twins. Let us give kudos to William Wilberforce and Abraham Lincoln for daring to fight against slave traders. Human beings were traded like cows and chickens in different parts of the world. These men and women were dehumanized and reduced to the status of animals worldwide. They accepted their lot, as there was little they could do to stop this trade. However, fearless men and women stood in the gap and ended this illicit trade. It was not an easy task, but they did it in the end. They confronted this evil and dared to challenge the status quo. Slave trade was eventually brought to an end. Nelson Mandela sacrificed his life of comfort, wealth, and freedom to see to the independence of the great black nation of South Africa. He was ready to die for the cause he was fighting for. For 27 long years, he stayed behind bars and endured the pains of imprisonment. What a fearless man he was. Nelson Mandela was the first president of South Africa. He left a wonderful legacy on planet Earth. On January 15, 1929, a legend was born to a black American family in Atlanta, Georgia. Little did they know that this guy was destined to become a hope and bring hope to the emancipation to millions of black people who were then subjected to racial segregation. Martin Luther King Jr. was his name. King was born into a society where racial segregation was accepted without questions. And even though slavery had been abolished in America, strict laws separated whites and blacks. Those days it was a crime for blacks and white people to school together, eat together, and attend the same church. Most hotels, supermarkets, and public places were not meant for blacks. A black man was expected to stand up in a public bus for a white man to sit down. More importantly, black people had no voting rights. So they were tossed about by the whims of these white people to suit their selfish aim. Martin Luther King Jr., a fearless and courageous black American, dedicated his life to fight and eradicate racial segregation. He dared to confront the white supremacists and challenge the law of America. He put his life on the line and paid the price for millions of black Americans yet unborn and black people all over the world. On November 4th, 2008, Barack Obama was elected the first president the first African American president of the United States of America. He defeated Senator John McCain, a Republican. He was president for 8 years. This was made possible because Martin Luther King Jr., a fearless man, paid the price so many years ago. Look at America today and even beyond America and see black people competing side by side with whites and making the world a better place. They are everywhere. They are in politics. They are in sports. They are found in entertainment, education, space travel, business, just name them. Thanks to the Martin Luther King Jr. and others who fought alongside him for emancipation of the blacks. Someone has rightly said that there are no hopeless situations. There are only people that think hopelessly. Fear is a great barrier to hope. It kills hope in the life of people. Fear keeps people from making progress. It stops you even before you get started. At the 1952 Olympics, Roger Bannister became the first man to run a mile in 4 minutes. The experts had earlier before then concluded that it was impossible to run a mile in 4 minutes. Roger Bannister proved them all wrong and broke a world record. The independence of Nigeria in 1960 would not have been possible without the likes of Chief Anthony Enahoro, Herbert Macaulay, Nnamdi Azikiwe, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, Funmilayo Ransome Kuti, Tafawa Balewa, Sir Ahmadu Bello, and so many others. These fearless men staked their lives and fought for the independence of Nigeria. The legendary Afrobeat musician and human rights activist Fela Anikulapo Kuti was an outspoken and bold personality who defied the threats of the Nigerian military and politicians. To speak for the common man, Fela was a fearless Nigerian who used his music to address the excesses of politicians and fight for the downtrodden. Fearless men like John Adams, Samuel Huntington, Thomas Jefferson, Richard Henry Lee, and so many others risked their lives to demand for the independence of America. Mahatma Gandhi of India, a fearless person, forced the British government through non-violence to grant independence to the people of India. Dele Giwa was a fearless Nigerian journalist who, through his writings in Newswatch magazine, spoke out about societal ills. He was assassinated with a letter bomb in October 1986. Jamal Khashoggi was a prominent journalist from Saudi Arabia who lived in America. He criticized the Saudi Arabian government through many of his publications. Khashoggi mysteriously disappeared in October 2, 2018 when he went to the Saudi consulate in Istanbul. The people of Saudi Arabia, journalists all over the world, and the entire human race would miss Jamal Khashoggi. He was the voice of the voiceless and a fearless journalist who died fighting for the common man in Saudi Arabia. The late Gani Fawemi was a prominent Nigerian lawyer, human rights activist and social critic. He was a fearless and respected personality who stood up and confronted the Nigerian military and corrupt politicians. Gani contributed immensely to the democracy Nigerians enjoy today. The story, I want to end with the story of Florence Nightingale. The story of Florence Nightingale, the lady with a lamp, is a wonderful story. Florence Nightingale was from a very rich and influential family. One day she became very dissatisfied and felt very sorry for the poor people in the society. There came a great desire for her to help others. In the heat of the Crimean War, she left her rich parents and preferred to work as a nurse in a hospital where casualties were kept. What a foolish thing to do, her parents thought. Her parents described her as a demon. We are two dogs and have given birth to a white swan, they said. But Florence Nightingale was not a swan, but an eagle, said her biographer. During the Crimean War, she was there with the casualties, treating them and consoling them. In the process, she saved a lot of lives. She walked around the wards, always with her lamp, described as the lady with a lamp. She made people to see reason to live again. After the Crimean War, this fearless woman came back home and rewrote the history of nursing. She determined how hospitals should be managed. She placed her name in the history of the greats. Remember that this mentorship contains 23 video series. To participate and watch all video series, step 1, visit our website www.schoolofsuccessonline.com. Step 2, log in if you are an existing member, or click register to register as a new member. Step 3, click on the link payment on top page of our website. Pay 1,500 naira monthly access fee or 12,000 naira yearly access fee to our bank account through bank transfer or direct deposit to upgrade to a gold or diamond membership. Step 4, notify us of the payment through SMS on 0904 601 5183 or any number on our website. Name, date paid, amount, bank paid. Within a few hours, your membership will be upgraded. Step 5, log in with your username and password on the site anytime you choose. Go to categories and click on mentorship to gain access to the videos. For sponsorship or support, please contact 0904 601 5183. Follow us on Facebook, Motivation Niger. Our Twitter handle is @Fidelis Anene.